Hey, my name's Brian. I used to have really bad acne. Wham, boom, blam, whammo. But over the course of a year on Accutane, I've cleared up a lot. Now I'm in the final stretches of my treatment. Enjoy my Accutane adventures.
Oh, welcome to week 77 of my Accutane adventures. I'm so nervous. Back in front of the camera for the first time since UK. This is the first video that I've recorded on American soil and then put up on the channel since I've been back. And I don't know, it's kind of weird to be back. Anyways, guys, I am sipping on some tea this morning and I got myself an electric kettle. No doubt, I'm addicted to tea after getting back from the UK. Everybody has it. Every morning it's like, Brian, you want a cup? I'm like, of course. And then every night with dinner, you want a cup? And I'm like, but of course. So I ordered immediately as soon as I got back an electric kettle and also 120 tea bags from P&G, which is UK's like biggest tea company, and it's so good. So good. Anyways, guys, you haven't seen an update on my acne, on my Accutane adventures in a little bit of time because it's really a lot smaller differences now. My face is almost completely cleared up. As you can see, it's completely clear on the sides, and my cheeks are just, there's nothing at all. Just a little bit of like holes, a little bit of scarring, and maybe a few blackheads here or there. And then really the only thing that's standing out is this little forehead cyst that I had. If you watch some of the UK footage, some of the part 1 and part 2 of BodyPower, you definitely saw this bugger really emerge from my head and cause a scene, which was fun. It was actually, I mean, that's kind of weird that I even just said that, but yeah, it was actually kind of fun that I had a cyst on my forehead. The reason I say that is because people would come up to me at the expo to meet me or whatever, and they'd say, hey man, I've been on Accutane for 40 weeks or whatever, or 20 whatever weeks. I did my whole cycle while watching the adventures that you had on your Accutane, and then show me and be like, look, like here's where the cyst was that I popped. I have a little hole there, or like, oh look, I'm battling like a little bit still, and there's like this one here. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like for me, it was really cool because then I was like, oh, check this bugger out. I've been eating like cheeseburgers and stuff since I landed, had a little bit of whey and a little bit of this sample and that sample, and then this little bugger popped up. So it was kind of cool. It was like a very relatable thing. And it was, I don't know, it was very fun to be, you know, just as real as everyone else. You know, they're struggling with their acne, I'm struggling with my acne. We were able to like bond about it, and I felt like it made us like immediately friends and click, which was really fun. Oh yeah, like I was just saying, as soon as I get to expos, I kind of throw out the door all the rules about dairy and everything, because this is how I like to do it. You're cutting and you're like watching your diet so much throughout the entire whatever amount of weeks that you're cutting, right? So I was cutting for about 10, 12 weeks. So I was really watching how many calories I was taking in, as well as all year I'm watching my dairy intake and my whey intake, because that's what breaks me out. It breaks me out really bad. So I can never ever have dairy or any of those other things. So I'm watching my calorie intake, but I'm also making sure that I'm not having any of those bad things, protein bars, milk, you know, whey, anything that's really delicious as hell, cheese, ooh, yum, 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 yum. So I have to watch those things. And then when my rule essentially when I go to expos is, don't worry about anything. You've cut, you look good now, your face is whatever, you know, because you've been watching your dairy intake and stuff, so it's good. And then when I get to an expo, when I land in the new place, I just go with the flow. I don't like excessively go overboard and have like a pizza the first night and just take in a pound of cheese. But you know, we all got to burgers. I'm not gonna be like, oh, can you make sure there's no ranch and can you make sure there's no cheese on there? I know, but both of those have the buttermilk, and I know I can't really do. It's not as fun. I want to just let myself go. That's the point. It's kind of like a vacation. That's how I treat expos. So I kind of let myself go, and I could immediately the first night I could feel a little bit of pressure on my forehead, and I was like, that's gonna be a pretty sweet cyst. And I was right. After a couple days, I think I landed on Monday, and then the expo was actually Friday morning, so I had a couple days to really like cultivate this thing, and it definitely came out, which was, it was fun. I know it sounds weird, and a lot of people have asking me, how are you so confident? How do you have so much fun even though you have acne? How do you deal with that, and how do you stay so positive? It's as simple as finding your passion, chasing that passion, and really dedicating your life towards that passion, and then anything else is just side news. Yeah, I mean, I know that's kind of hard to just like to just get into that mentality. But when I'm chasing, you know, making better videos and producing better cinema and creating a better content base for people to learn things and get information and trying to reach out to people and then actually meeting people and giving them hugs and talking to them and being real and genuine with them, those are things that I'm very passionate about. So when I'm doing those things, I'm in the most euphoric, happy state I could ever be in. So for about 85% of my life, I'm in this euphoric state where I'm working on my passion, I'm working on my dreams, you know, whether that's filming myself or LP or editing the videos that I filmed earlier or, you know, posting out or replying to people or talking to people in real life, going to these expos, whatever it is, I'm like in this just amazing, euphoric Superman mode where if I have some acne on my face, that doesn't affect anything. If you come up and you're like, wow man, you got a really pizza face, huh? You must be on steroids, or whatever the joke is, right? Whatever the stab, the insult is. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Is that gonna affect me tomorrow? No, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to the gym, one of my passions, I'm gonna make a video, one of my passions, I'm gonna reply to people, one of my passions, talking to people, helping people, reaching out to people. All those things are still gonna go on. Doesn't matter if you call me poop face, doesn't matter if you call me volcano man or whatever, it don't matter. I'm still gonna do all those things. So whatever words are thrown your way or whatever thing that you're self-conscious about is being thrown at you, as long as you're still able to go and do your passion, what's it matter, right? Okay, so now that the motivational speech is out of the way, I think we should talk about my acne updates, right? So like I said, my face is very clear and we're coming to the end of this treatment. And the reason I say that is because I just visited my dermatologist about 3 days ago and we went over just kind of what's been going on. You know, I haven't seen him in a while. I went to the UK, just got back, so we're kind of chopping it up about that, kind of talking about how I'm feeling and whatnot. And he says that he's intending on this being the last month of Accutane. Now, when I get to the end of this month and I see him again, I'm gonna push for just one more month, just because that's kind of who I am. I'm kind of an overdoer, and I'd rather have insurance than stopping early. You know, I'd rather go over by maybe 2-3 weeks than stop a little bit early and then start breaking out or whatever. So I'm intending to continue this Accutane journey for the next probably 7 to 8 weeks. Now, of course, as you guys know, there's not too much to update you guys with weekly, so I'm not going to be doing an Accutane video every single week. What I'll likely do is I'll likely do one at the end of next month, so in 3 to 4 weeks, and then again an update towards the end of the next month, so that you guys can see, you know, what's happened in a month, because I feel like 4 weeks will be a good difference instead of just 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. And that way I don't bore you guys with too many updates every single week, but I still give you guys the updates and I still keep you in the loop, because I know it's very important that we go from start to finish. Speaking of start to finish, while I was talking to my dermatologist, my man, my boy, I wish I could say his name, I was about to, but I probably shouldn't say his name, but anyways, my boy, my dermatologist, I was talking to him. He wanted to up me from isotretinoin, I believe that's what it's called, isotretinoin 0.5%, which is what I've been using, which is just a topical cream. Essentially, it's just vitamin A, which is what we're ingesting with Accutane, but instead of ingesting it into your body, it's actually topically applied to your face. I love this stuff. It is so freaking amazing. When I first took this 80 weeks ago, essentially before Accutane, it did nothing because my acne was so severe that it was like throwing arrows at a brick wall. It wasn't gonna do anything. But now we've taken down that brick wall and now we're throwing arrows at whatever enemy is behind that brick wall, which is now gone, right? So he wanted to up me from 0.5%, which was already working very well, but he said, you know, are you feeling very dry? Is your face sensitive? Are you feeling like you have pieces coming off, or is like, you know, is it too sensitive to move up? And I don't feel like it is. I don't feel like I'm drying out. I don't feel like I'm flaking up or any skin's coming off. So we've now moved from 0.5% up to 0.1%, which is, I guess, the medium high strength. There's one that's a little bit higher than 0.1, and that's apparently just like insane. That's just like putting the Hulk on your face. So I'm not sure we're gonna go up to that one, but I'm excited about going up to 0.1% because 0.5% worked so well. I'm realizing that I just said 0.5 and 0.1. I think I meant 0.05 and 0.1. Yeah, so 0.1 is gonna be much stronger than 0.05. You guys get it. Anyways, while I was there, I was also talking to him about the ending of my treatment and what he wants me to do. He really wants me to do a laser surgery. Now, the problem with doing a laser surgery is he says it's gonna be about $1,200 out of my pocket. It doesn't go through insurance or anything like that. The actual hospital that I go to doesn't offer it, so he would have to recommend me to a laser surgery specialist or whatever, and I'd go there and get it done. Now, the problem is it's $1,200 to do that, and I just don't have that much money. I have about $300 or $400 that I could throw into that, but I don't have enough to actually do that. Now, this is something that I don't really feel right asking you guys to do. So instead of asking you guys to donate or anything like that, I want to ask you guys if it's all right to ask you guys to donate. I know that's kind of a weird roundabout thing right there, but this is similar to when I took a sponsor. I wanted to ask you guys if you thought it would be all right for me to take a sponsor. In that same way, I'm curious if you guys think it would be appropriate for me to ask you guys to donate if you are willing to, by opening up like a GoFundMe project or something like that, so that those people who want to see me go through the entire 360, just, you know, pretty much the worst acne that you could possibly have, to completely clear with the laser surgery and see what my face looks like after completely healing up after that. He says he really wants me to do the laser surgery simply because I still have some of these kind of like small bumps. Do you see those? See these kind of small bumps? We've been trying to extract these during extractions, essentially when they just have like a little piece of metal tool and they kind of like squeeze it around your blackhead and they try to push it out. Unfortunately, I think these are called like Candida, I believe, or something like that. Not Candido, but Candida. And they're just, I guess they're kind of like underground blackheads that don't really have a top to them, so it's not like you can really squeeze them out. They're just kind of bumps that are always there. He said when you do the laser treatment, it will take all those away. It will also take away these pockets. You just kind of see like a little bit of scarring. I don't have it too severely, which I'm really fortunate about, but I do have a little bit of scarring. And he says it'll literally just make me look like I have a butter skin face. So I don't need to do it at all. It's not something that's absolutely necessary, but I know for a lot of people who want to have the full 360 adventure, they want to follow me from start to finish. And I know also a lot of people for the next many years who will be watching this can see the steps that you take from step 0 to learning diet and learning Accutane and learning what's affecting your acne, dairy and whey and all this stuff, to, you know, getting a little bit better, to getting a lot better, to clearing up, and then actually doing the full sweep and getting laser surgery, and then also being just like it never happened. So I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but please, in the comments below, just let me know if you would be interested in donating, if you feel like that's asking too much, if you feel like that's, you know, overstepping my boundaries, because if that is, I don't even want to ask it. I don't even want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm just curious if anybody would be interested, because I know a lot of people have been asking if I'm going to do any sort of surgery, if I'm going to do any sort of laser surgery or correction like that. So that's just an idea that's just thrown out there. Just don't freak out about it. I'm just throwing it out there. Just want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Gotta sip some of this tea, hold on. This tea gets me hot, no joke. I'm sweating a little bit now. It's hot in here. It's only like 10:30 in the morning. It's like cloudy outside, whatever. Anyways, guys, there's two other things I wanna address. First off, with my acne, this is gonna be kind of interesting. I'm now moving into a bulk. You guys are gonna hear much more detail about this. I'm gonna start a series about my bulk, and I'm gonna give you all the details, everything I'm gonna do, because we actually have an idea to do a comp together in about 12 months. Anyways, there's gonna be more details in the other video, so just wait for that. I believe it's gonna be up on Friday. But now that I'm gonna be bulking, that's essentially why I had acne start like really bad. Why I had it really get cystic last time was because I went up to 5,000 or 6,000 calories, and I was taking in, like, I'd say about 3,000 of that from some sort of dairy source, you know, whether it was cheese on a quesadilla, or you probably about half a gallon of milk every day, or a mass gainer, or whey protein shakes, or protein bars, whatever it was. I was taking in a good, I'd say like 40% of my diet from whey or dairy or something like that, and that really broke me out bad. So this time I'm gonna be bulking, and I'll probably be bulking at a little bit less calories because I wanna do a nice lean bulk, and I also don't really wanna force any acne into my face. So I'm gonna be slowly transitioning up to about 4,000 calories, maybe between 4,000 and 4,500 calories, but I'm not gonna be taking any dairy. So this time it's gonna be a little bit different, but there is still that potential for having more food moving through me, causing more hormones and more releases through my glands. My sebum glands releasing more sebum fluid, which of course is the cause of zits forming, you know, whiteheads and whatnot. It's sebum fluid beneath your skin that gets trapped and clogged in the pore, and then that's how you get a zit. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I just thought I would put that out there because you guys can expect to see some sort of difference with bulking. I don't know if we're gonna have, you know, breakouts and whatnot, or if not, but I think it'll be very interesting. So of course, I'm gonna update you guys, and again in 3 or 4 weeks when I'm farther into my bulk, and then again in 2 months when I'm even farther into my bulk, and we'll be able to see the differences, and you guys will see it in the videos every single day. And the last thing that I wanted to address, this has nothing to do with acne, but it's very exciting because we haven't done one of these in so long, and I love them. I love them so much. They're so much fun. We're gonna do a live Q&A this weekend. It'll be on Sunday at 10:30 a.m., which is GMT -7 or Pacific D time, Pacific PDT time zone. It's Pacific Standard Time, but there's also like a PDT, whatever. Anyways, it's 10:30 GMT -7 or PST time zone. So you guys gotta figure out what that is for you, but there'll also be a link that'll be the first thing right under this in the description. Click that and it'll show you literally a timer. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, the timer is relevant to you. It'll say there's 5 days and 2 hours and 17 minutes and 5 seconds left. That's very relevant to you. That's exactly when it's gonna start for you. So you bookmark that page, make sure you have that page ready. Make sure you're following the counter and join us. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be me, Lanky Progress, Obese to Beast, and we're gonna be sitting there waiting for your questions. We're just gonna talk to you. It's all about interacting with you guys. So please, it's gonna be so much fun. These things are amazing, and we haven't done one in, I don't know, even like maybe a third of the year, like 4 or 5 months. So I think it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great catch-up time for you guys to, you know, talk about UK, or talk about our projects, talk about how we've been. It's gonna be a lot of fun, so I'm excited about that. If you guys are interested, also, I might be going to the San Jose Fit Expo. Who's gonna be there? Who's interested in going? I'm just curious. Anyway, thank you guys. I'm sorry I keep doing these long outros. Like the video if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. CT.
Lift heavy or die, MIRIN, motherfucker.